Imagine our planet, a vibrant blue marble spinning in the vast, silent emptiness of space. We look up at the stars, wondering what secrets they hold. But what if the greatest mystery, the most profound secret, isn't out there, but right here, under our feet? Deep beneath the waves, in a place darker than any night, more alien than any distant world. For centuries, we've told stories of the deep. Kraken, leviathans, sea serpents. Myths born from our fear of the unknown. We've mapped the surface of Mars with more detail than our own ocean floor. 70% of our planet is water, and of that, we've explored less than 5%. Think about that. We live on a world we barely know. Today, we're going on a journey, a descent into the abyss. We'll travel deeper than any sunlight has ever reached, to a place of crushing pressure and absolute cold. We're chasing a secret that has been whispered about in the highest echelons of marine biology and geology for years. A discovery so paradigm-shifting, it could rewrite everything we think we know about life itself. This isn't a story about a monster. It's about something far more real and far more astonishing. Our journey begins in the sunlight zone, the top 200 meters of the ocean. It's teeming with life we all recognize. Dolphins, sharks, colorful coral reefs. It's a world powered by the sun. But as we descend, the light begins to fade. Past 200 meters, we enter the twilight zone. The sunlight is a faint, ghostly blue. The pressure starts to build, and the life here becomes stranger. Fish with massive eyes, creatures that create their own light through bioluminescence, painting the darkness with fleeting strokes of blue and green. This is a world of shadows and whispers. Then, at 1,000 meters, we cross a threshold, the midnight zone. Here, the last photon of sunlight is extinguished. We are in total, complete darkness. The pressure is immense, over 100 times what we experience on the surface. It would crush a car like a soda can. For a long time, we believed nothing could survive here. We were wrong. This is the realm of the anglerfish with its glowing lure, the vampire squid, and the gulper eel. Life here is sparse, and it's a constant struggle for survival. Food is scarce, often just a marine snow of organic matter drifting down from the world above. But even this isn't the end of the journey. We must go deeper. We pass 4,000 meters, entering the abyssal zone. The pressure is staggering. The temperature is just above freezing. And yet, life persists. Clustered around hydrothermal vents, cracks in the ocean floor spewing superheated, mineral-rich water from the Earth's mantle. Here, life isn't based on sunlight, but on chemosynthesis. Bacteria convert toxic chemical like hydrogen sulfide into energy, forming the base of a completely alien food chain. Giant tube worms with blood-red plumes, ghostly white crabs, and swarms of shrimp thrive in this seemingly hellish environment. This discovery alone was revolutionary. It proved that life could exist without the sun. It opened up the possibility of life on other worlds, on moons like Europa or Enceladus, which have liquid water oceans beneath their icy shells. But the secret we're after lies even deeper still. We're heading for the trenches, the deepest points on our planet, the Mariana Trench, the Puerto Rico Trench. Places that go down nearly 11,000 meters, or almost 7 miles. The pressure here is over 1,000 times that at the surface. It's the equivalent of having 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of you. For years, sending any kind of probe, let alone a human, to these depths was pure science fiction. But with advancements in robotics and materials science, we've begun to send unmanned submersibles into this final frontier. And what they've been sending back is changing everything. The first images were grainy, indistinct, strange geological formations that didn't match known patterns. But then the sonar readings started coming in. They were anomalous. The deep-sea submersibles were mapping the trench floor when they picked up structures. Not random rock formations, but patterns. geometric patterns, lines, circles, and grids covering vast areas of the seafloor, buried under layers of sediment. Geologists were baffled. These weren't natural. Tectonic activity doesn't create perfect right angles. Submarine landslides don't form concentric circles. The initial theory was that they were some kind of bizarre mineral crystallization, but the evidence didn't support it. Then came the biological data. Water samples taken near these structures contained microbes, which was expected. What wasn't expected was their DNA. It was unlike any life ever recorded. While all other known life on Earth, from the smallest bacterium to the largest whale, shares a common genetic heritage, these microbes were different, radically different. Their genetic code seemed to operate on principles that biologists are still struggling to understand. This is the secret, the reason for the quiet, frantic research happening in labs around the world. Deep in the crushing dark of our planet's trenches, there are signs of something we can barely comprehend. The patterns on the seafloor, the strange alien biology, lead to one almost unbelievable conclusion. We are not the first. The evidence points to the remnants of a vast, ancient microbial biosphere, a form of life that may have dominated the planet billions of years ago, before the kind of life we know even existed. Think of it as Genesis 1:0, a first draft of life on Earth, a civilization not of creatures with hands and tools, but of microbes, working together on a colossal scale, building structures and creating a world of their own in the deep. What were these structures? We don't know for sure. Some scientists speculate they were massive energy harvesting systems, tapping directly into the geothermal power of the planet's core. Others believe they were information networks, a way for this microbial superorganism to process data and essentially think on a planetary scale. So, what happened to it? Why did it vanish, leaving only these ghostly traces and a few genetic outliers? The leading theory is the Great Oxidation Event about 2.4 billion years ago. This is when early photosynthetic organisms, our ancestors, began pumping oxygen into the atmosphere. For us, oxygen is life. For this ancient anaerobic biosphere, it was a poison, a global catastrophe. As oxygen saturated the oceans, this primordial life was driven into retreat. It couldn't survive in the new, toxic world. It fled to the only places on the planet where oxygen couldn't reach. Deep within the Earth is crust and the absolute deepest parts of the ocean trenches. There, in the eternal dark, a few survivors have clung to existence for billions of years. What we are seeing is not a monster. It's a ghost. The ghost of a world that was. An intelligence so ancient and so alien, it's like discovering the ruins of a civilization on our own planet. It's not older than the stars, but it might just be older than the moon. It's a reminder that the history of our world is far stranger and more complex than we ever imagined. This discovery forces us to redefine what we mean by life and intelligence. It shows us that right here, on Earth, there are still frontiers that are as mysterious and awe-inspiring as the furthest galaxies. The ocean isn't just a body of water. It's a library of ancient history, holding the story of life's first forgotten chapter. The exploration continues. Every new dive brings back more data, more questions, and more wonder. We are just beginning to read the first few words of this incredible story hidden in the deep. The ocean's darkest secret isn't a creature to be feared, but a legacy to be understood, a legacy that connects us to the very dawn of our world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the abyss. The universe of secrets under our own feet is vast and waiting. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the unknown. Let me know in the comments what you think is hiding in the deep. Until next time, stay curious.